Kumpletuhin natin ang ating weekend ng masaya kasama ang buong pamilya. Balikan natin ang mga makabuluhang talakayan at kwentuhan ng mga INCRadio Satellite Studio dito sa Pilipinas at sa abroad. Satellite Studio on Review. Mga segment na tumatak sa isip ng mga viewers and listeners. Nagbigay inspirasyon at bagong kaalaman. Satellite Studio on Review. Subaybayan tuwing Sabado, 7 to 8 ng umaga, Philippine Standard Time. Satellite Studio on Review. Dito sa INC Radio.
Hey! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa mga viewers and listeners natin dito sa ating program, sa ating pong programang inaabangan tuwing Saturday ng ating pong mga taga-subaybay sa amang sulok po ng daigdig. At Sabado naman, medyo makulimlim ho mga kaibigan, ano? Sana po ay okay pa rin po kayo sa inyong mga tahanan. Ano man po ang inyong ginagawa ay smile lang ho tayo, lalo na po yung mga nagkakape, no? Nag-aalmusal. At yung iba naman ay medyo iinat-inat, inisnus lang kanya lang mga alarm. Pero may mga appointment po today. At saka nyo lang po na makagising ho kayo ng agad-agad ha. Kasi kailangan po natin pong maigising para magawa natin lahat yung ating pananagutan this Saturday morning. At syempre, nice lang natin i-acknowledge po yung ating mga viewers and listeners po dito sa ating technical side. Sama po natin si Kuya Nico Guerrero at Kuya Danny Borjus. Kahit na wala pang kape, ay gising na gising pa rin. Ngiti-ngiti naman tayo dyan. Kasama din ang ating director po dito sa studio, Kuya Bryson Ponzones, ang big boy po ng SSOR. Napakaganda po nating producer po na nasa online po ngayon, Ate Jalay Arce. Ano ang plano po ninyo ngayong araw na ito? Kayo po ay nasa stay at home lang. Gagawin po ninyo yung mga gawaing bahay today. Sana yung mga kids po tumulong din tayo sa mga household chores. Kailangan po tulungan natin si Mami at saka si Daddy. Gawin nating reyna at hari ang inyong mga nanay at tatay. At sabihin niyo po sa nanay at tatay niyo, Nay, Tay, upo muna kayo. Just relax. Kami po ang bahala dito sa bahay. Ang sarap ng pakinggan na. Sana true. Gawin po natin lahat yan para mapasaya natin yung ating mga magulang. At gawin natin yung kaukulang paglilinis din, general cleaning sa ating tahanan dahil sa nag-uulan nga. Siyempre, usong-uso po ngayon yung mga sakit na dulot po ng dengue. Yun, kasi lahat po ng sulok na pwedeng pamugaran po ng lamok na may dalang dengue ay pwede po dyan mangitlog. Kaya kailangan po na mag-general cleaning. Huwag na tayo mapasama doon sa mga kababayan natin na naapektuhan po nito. Mahirap na yun. Kailangan din po maglinis-linis tayo pag may time. Iba rin feeling po mga kaibigan, Kuya Bryson at Kuya Danny Borges, malinis yung bahay, no? Saka yung maghapong paggawa, trabaho, tapos uuwi ka sa bahay nyo. Ang sarap ng feeling na ang linis ng bahay na uuwian mo. Pati na yung bed. Parang pag tinignan mo, pagbukas mo ng kwarto, abay nag-aanyaya na matulog ka kagad. Di ba malinis? Kaya yung mga bata, ugaliin po natin na pagka-gising ay ligpitin ka agad ang inyong pinaghigaan. Kasi isang good sign na mayroon kang na-accomplish, no? Sa isang pagbangon mo sa umaga, aba yung may naligpit ka na kaagad, may ayos mo na kaagad, di ba? Hindi yung babalik-balik ang gulo, no? Ang hirap na magsimula yung ganong mga araw na magulo ang ating pong paligid. Okay, at syempre para hindi po magulo at maging maayos po yung ating pong gagawing program today, aba meron tayong inimbitahan. Ito nakakagulat dahil sa talaga namang mula nung nakilala natin, estudyante po siya. Ngayon po ay mukhang estudyante pa rin. Hindi nagbabago. Talaga namang very talented at saka very beautiful nating host dito po sa INC Radio sa programang CBI Live dati. isipin niyo po, CBI Live pa rin to Satellite Studio on Review po ito. Featuring po mula po sa lokal po ng Santolan, distrito po ng Metro Manila East. Makakasama po natin para mag-review, mag-comment, may lakas ng loob para magbigay ng reaksyon sa ating mga featured Satellite Studio today. Mapapasabak po kami ngayon sa matinding conversation. Let's all welcome po Ate Carla Mays.
Hello po, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening po to all our listeners and viewers. I'm Sister Carla po from local congregation of Santolan.
Yan, kumusta ka na?
I'm doing
tagal
good
ng panahon
po.
na di tayo nakikita, ha?
Opo, long time no see po.
Oo nga. Kumaway ka naman sa mga fans mo dati. At ngayon ay inaabangan ka ngayon sa YouTube channel.
Yes po. Alam ko po nakilala niyo po kasi CBI Live. Pero ngayon, dahil estudyante po ako ngayon, gaya po ng nabanggit ng catching, ay mukha pa rin po tayong estudyante.
Pero estudyante ka pa rin.
Estudyante pa rin po.
Kasi para po sa mga kaalaman po ng ating mga viewers and listeners today, si Ate Carla po ay patuloy po na sila ay nag-aaral pa rin. Kasi nagma-masters ka.
Yes.
Wow! Oo. At hindi lang yon, may sideline pang pag-aaral sa law. Ayan. Anong year ka na sa law?
Second year po.
Second year! Sipin mo yan, Kuya Bryson Ponsones. Kaya ang kaalaman po hindi natatapos yung pagka-graduate mo ng high school, pagka-graduate mo ng college, tuloy-tuloy yung pagtuklas ng kaalaman. Di ba? Kaya saludo tayo. Palakpakan po natin Ate Carla Mays. Ready ka na ba sa ating kwentuhan today, Ate Carla?
Ready na po. Pero hindi ko po alam kung ready na po ang ating English.
Kasi po, ang featured satellite studio natin ngayon mula po sa mga mahusay at talaga namang pinagmamalaki natin ng mga satellite studios sa ibang bansa na po. Yan. Ang featured satellite studio natin ngayon ay Washington, D.C. Satellite Studio. Para makilala po natin sila, ano bang satellite studio po ito, panoorin muna natin ang kanilang opening billboard. Washington, D.C. Satellite Studio on the house! Sipin mo yan. Opening billboard pa lang yun. Ate Carla, ano masasabi mo sa opening billboard nila?
Naku, unang opening pa lang po, ang dami na po. Parang virtually po tayo nakapunta sa mga iba't ibang lugar po doon sa Washington.
Diba? So, unstoppable. Sila yung mga nagpauso din dati ng yung mga word na talagang very nagagamit for promotional. Sipin mo, ang Washington, D.C. has evolved through many seasons and today it has become a place where our unstoppable brethren tune in to learn about various topics, discover the sites in the district we call home, and witness the impact of the activities and initiatives that are spearheaded in the District of Washington, D.C. Mid-Atlantic. Yan. Sige mo, every week po yan, meron po silang mga connected po yan yung mga unstoppable audience. Unstoppable host, unstoppable topic, unstoppable audience din yan. Kasi napapapod na flooded, always flooded yung kanilang live chat, Ate Carla May, At dahil dyan, open to get see old friends and you tuning in to favorite satellite studio, INCRadio, Washington, D.C. Speaking of flooded, ang CBI Live dati, talagang flooded yan.
Yes po, talaga
Ang
pong
kanilang
flooded.
comment section, at talagang monitor dyan. Ready ka na ba, Ate Carla, na ma-meet yung mga hosts ng INCRadio WDC? Ayan.
Ready na po. Ready na rin po kaya silang ma-meet po tayo, catching.
Alam mo kung gaano ka-talented si Ate Carla na at iba pang mga host natin dito sa INCRadio ay napakaganda at gwapo rin. Very handsome and gorgeous ang mga satellite studio host natin sa mga satellite studio. Naniniwala po ba kayo? Do you believe? If you believe that, can you send your comment on our live chat and comment section? At it's our honor and our pleasure to have these two hosts of Satellite Studio of Washington, D.C., Ate Carla. Let's all welcome, give them a round of applause. Let's all welcome Brother Vince Fortes and Sister Large Evangelista. Brother Vince, welcome to Satellite Studio on Review.
There you go. Hello.
All right, say hi and hello to your friends and your fans all over the world, Kuya Vince.
Hello, INCRadio Washington, D.C. in the District of Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for joining us on INCRadio Satellite Studio on Review. I'm so excited to join this, and I'm very honored to be a part of this right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Do you want to ask any questions, Sister Carla?
Hi, Brother Vince. I actually have one question.
You want question?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, one question for me, of course.
Are you currently studying or working, Brother Vince?
I am currently working. I'm an accountant at a company called iTrade Network. So I work as the accounts payable department there, and I currently just pay expenses. That's what I do as an accountant. So that's what I'm currently working on.
You see?
Wow.
Yung mga host dito sa INCRadio, kala mo bata pa lang, no? Baby
Yes.
face.
Actually, I was also supposed to mention, Brother Cheng. He also look young.
Yun, no?
How old are you, Brother Vince? I thought you're only student.
Oh, I'm actually 26.
Oh,
26
really?
years old. Yeah. And not only Brother Vince, we should also welcome Sister Lara J. Evangelista. Welcome to our program, Satellite Studio on Review. Sister Lara J.
Good morning po everyone, and thank you so much for having us on INCRadio Satellite Studio on Review. We're so happy to be here with you this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much, and say hi also to your our viewers and listeners of INCRadio program all over the world, Sister Lara J.
Hello po, and thank you so much for tuning in. So excited to have more discussions with you this morning.
Yeah, and thank you so much for your time and effort to have you here in our program. And also, we would like to thank Brother Manly Andaya, your executive producer, very ever supportive to your satellite studio in US and also in Canada. Okay, Brother Vince is a buklod. And what do you think is the organization of Sister Large?
I think she's in Kadiwa.
Is that true, Sister Large?
I am in the Kadiba organization at the moment.
Okay, before we go and deep into our discussion today, we would like to know better our hosts, aside from Brother Vince and Sister Large, who are the behind the scene of this satellite studio, Sister Large.
So another one of the friendly faces that we have in INCRadio Washington, D.C. as a host is Sister Elisa Mojica. We are in the same local congregation, the local congregation of Temple Hills in Maryland.
She is also currently working and is in the Associate Business and Management. That's her major, and she is currently an administrative assistant part-time and is also a Kadiwa as well. So yes, she is also currently one of our producers.
So yung mga host po nila, Sister Carla and Kuya Bryson, ay composed of Buklod and Kadiwa members of the church family organization. If we talk about Buklod, they are the married member of the church. Yung Kadiwa naman ay yung mga binata at dalaga. Ayan. Na mga kaanib sa Iglesia ni Cristo. From 18 years old above na hindi pa po married. Yan. Yung 12 to 17 years old naman ay yung mga binhi. Members of the binhi organization. Alright. Okay. So, ano ang, aside from dun sa question natin kanina, na si Kuya Vince po ay working na at Buklod, ano po yung mga, we have profile here to show to you and give some other introduction of yourself, Brother Vince.
Yes, of course. A little bit about myself. I am also a home cook as well, so I do love to cook. So if you've ever seen me on other INC radio shows, I am not only the INC radio producer of Washington D.C. I was the INC radio producer of South Central States and also San Francisco as well as an assistant producer. And because of that, I actually had the opportunity to showcase a lot of my home cooking. My specialty actually is Italian food. So a lot of things I love to make is pasta. So I like to make anything from carbonara to ravioli with a little bit of marinara, all of those things. I even make the ravioli from scratch. Everything is from scratch, from flour to water to eggs. All of that is from scratch. I'm actually starting to do what's called baking. So I actually baked my first bread not too long ago, and it's an artisan bread, and it's about this big. Almost as big as my head, and it was the first bread I've ever made, and I'm happy, and I would love to share it with you in INC Radio Satellite Studio on Review. You can see some of the photos here as well. That is pineapple fried rice. I also know how to cook
Pineapple
that.
fried rice. So very healthy, Brother
And
Vincent.
that was just my ravioli.
Nice. Ayan. So very talented. Yeah.
Yes, very talented po catching. But I have a question, Brother Vince. Paano po kayo nagkaroon ng interest sa cooking when your profession right now is an accountant? Kasi medyo very different, ano po.
Field yan.
Yes.
Oh.
So when I was in college, I didn't want to just only eat college food, aka just ramen or canned foods. You know, I wanted to learn how to cook something, and because I was in accounting and because I was pretty fast in my studies, I had a lot of time. So I decided to learn how to cook a lot of the meals, and you know, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of a numbers game. You know, you add a little bit of things, you put a little bit of time into it, and you know, over time, as you practice a little more, you start to create such beautiful dishes. And so that's how I got into cooking and home cooking. And my wife loves the fact that I love to cook. She doesn't have to cook because I do all that.
Okay. What is the favorite food of your wife, your better half?
Interestingly enough, it is actually my specialty, which is pasta. So she loves Italian food. She loves anything related to Italy. So I always make her chicken carbonara or sometimes just regular carbonara, and also other dishes such as spaghetti and also Filipino spaghetti as well, because she loves Filipino spaghetti also.
What is the usual score that you get from your wife every time you prepare food for her? And from rate 1 to 10,
10 out of
the 10
10.
is the highest score.
She scores it a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
And
Wow.
she always,
Very
always,
But
I'm always happy when she eats the food I cook for her, because I know that when she smiles and she's happy, I know she loves it when she doesn't talk to me and she just focuses on the food. That's how I know she loves it.
But our production team here is shouting that they don't believe. They don't believe that.
Oh, really?
How about you, Sister Large? Do you believe that Brother Vince cook is so tasty and delicious? Have you ever tasted?
I've never tasted Brother Vince's cooking per se,
But
but he did share with me in one of our INC Radio episodes on meal prepping. He shared with me one of his recipes for a chicken Alfredo pasta, and I did try it, and it was in fact amazing. So I think he knows what he's doing in the kitchen.
I see.
10 out of 10, huh?
10 out. But I'm just curious, Brother Vince, since you're cooking more on like pasta dishes, have you also tried cooking Filipino food aside from spaghetti, Filipino spaghetti?
Oh, definitely. One of my favorite meals to cook is oxtail kare-kare along
Wow.
with crispy kare-kare as well.
Wow.
But it just takes a while to cook because I need less fun.
Someone is shouting right here. Extra rice more, please.
Please.
Extra rice. Okay, if you got amazed with the talent of Brother Vince, aside from his career accountant and also chef, and very talented also. He also sing and he's one of the performer po on one of the INCMV. Is that true, Brother Vince?
Yes, that is true, Paul. I did submit a INCMV. I'm a little embarrassed about it, but I mean it's great. I like it, and it's the song called "Deal with This." That's the INCMV.
Okay, we want to see that. I think.
Yes po.
Okay, let's try and let's see and let's watch this CMB featuring Brother Vince Fortes. Show to you that the video, but what is your favorite INCMB, Brother Vince? Usually you want to perform every time they ask or request a song from you. What's your favorite INCMB? Listen to Chris original music.
Oh, my favorite is actually "Look Up, Brethren." That's the song I love to sing a lot. And I wish I had my ukulele so I could play it because I know how to play it on the ukulele. So yeah.
Do you also play ukulele? No?
Yes, I do. I also play the guitar as well, and also the a little bit of the piano. I'm not an organist.
Okay. It's already good. Okay, let's watch the INCMV cover of Brother Vince Fortes.
I cannot take this anymore. It's like my world is down to four walls and a door. I cannot take this any longer. The urge to just give up keeps on getting stronger. This is so far from what I wanted. I miss the things I used to take for granted. I long to live like how we used to. And then I wonder, is this something I can get through? But then I realize that God is right by my side, and everything will be alright. I can deal with this. No problem, no world inspired. I can deal with this. Not church administration purpose to deal with this. All together we can overcome if we keep our trust in God. Readjusting my perspective to be positive. I'll work with what I've been given. Focus on my faith, hope, and love. I still can worship God and share our faith to everyone. Help others realize, calm down, look to God's light, and everything will be alright. I can deal with this. No problem, no world inspired. I can deal with this. Not church administration purpose to deal with this. All together we can overcome if we keep our trust in God. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright.
Yan, deal with this with Brother Vince Fortes. What can you say, Ate Carla, with that very amazing performance And INCMB deal with this with Brother Vince.
10 over 10 din.
10 over 10! Hindi lang sa food, pati na sa performance, entertainment, Brother Vince, you get 10 over 10 points from Sister Carla Mayswigo. What can you say?
Oh, thank you. I actually produced and filmed all of that in the comfort of my own home as quick as I could.
I was about to ask that, Brother Vince, because you've also mentioned in your hobbies that you also do film editing. So I was supposed to ask whether you're also the one who did the editing in this video.
Yes, I did the editing in that video, and I also did an edit for some of the food that I cooked as well. There's a lot of the videos that I edit, I actually edit for INCRadio Washington DC too. So when it comes to our promo videos, I usually edit those as well.
I see. Kajing, Brother Vince, how did you come up with this storyboard or the concept for the deal with this INCMV po, Brother Vince?
So for this INCCMV, it was during the time when all of us were still on lockdown because of the pandemic, and I wanted to create a story of, despite being in the pandemic, you can still perform your duties, you can still be able to be a part of, being able to perform your duty despite not being able to be in places where you usually worship. So to be able to kind of capture that, I captured it through this video, and it seemed fitting, especially since I was in my own home, and then it being the ending where I'm looking at the screen and getting ready to prepare for worship service as well.
And what's the impact of this kind of INCMV that we produce inside the Church of Christ to you as personally, brother?
So personally, the impact was it was quite interesting when I created this video. I didn't expect so many brethren from everywhere to see it. I was surprised to see some friends from INCRadio specifically start putting the video into their shows, from INCRadio New York, shout out to them, to INCRadio San Francisco. I saw it on there as well, and then I also heard it on activities. When I would go to activities back when I was they would play the song, my rendition of the song, as well as background music for their activities. So it was really impactful to hear that, and I'm just glad that I was able to inspire a lot of the brethren with it.
Congratulations, Brother Vince, for that very inspiring entertainment. Your cover song. You got 10 out of 10 from Sister Carlos Wico. How about you guys there in our YouTube channel? Did you enjoy what is the performance of Brother Vince online that we played a while ago? If you like that, please comment on our live chat right now. Then, after a few break po, guys, Ate Carla, pakikilala naman po natin si Sister Larjay. Is she also talented? Oh. And also, did she also prepare for us a cover song? Okay, so alamin po natin yan sa pagbabalik po namin ni Ate Carla. Dito lamang po yan sa Satellite Studio on Review.
Ito ang INCRadio, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan, himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.
Hola, hermana, hermanos! Kumusta na kayo? Nag-enjoy ba kayo sa ating kwentuhan sa ating last episode ng Comida Zamboanga? At nabusog ba kayo sa refreshing na dessert na knickerbocker ng Zamboanga City? Aba, tiyak na mapapa-extra rice naman kayo sa susunod naming episode. Dahil ang itatampok mula sa Pagadian City, Zamboanga del Sur ay ang masarap na sarsyadong daing. Kaya saluhan nyo kami sa Sabado, ngayong Setyembre 21 sa ganap na alas 7 ng gabi. Dito sa Comida Zamboanga!
Hello, brethren on board! I am your Mommy Maylin Bernice. Apart from being a mom, I am also an incoming senior college student majoring in accounting this fall. And I am a deaconess in the local congregation of Las Vegas District of Mountain States.
I will be one of the hosts dito sa ating bagong programa. Samahan kami as we pursue self-development. It will be Monday to Friday, 10 p.m. Philippine time. We'll be sharing tips and stories about balancing life's challenges that will motivate all of us to pursue growth.
So, paano? Keep it here?
Yes, welcome back po sa ating program Satellite Studio on Review. Kasama pa rin po si Ate Carla. And ako, syempre po, guest natin online, Brother Vince Mortes and Sister Lar J. Evangelista. Thank you. Alright, ito muna. Bigyan muna natin yung ating mga pagbati po online. Kasama po natin online po si Brother Christian Roda po, nanonood po sa atin. Then, Kawilan Regalado, thank you. A beautiful Saturday morning to all viewers of INCRadio. Kuya Ding Dong Amandi, nanonood din sa atin. Brother Francis Valencia, thank you for tuning in. At Ska Eliza Mojica, representing Washington, D.C., Brother Vince and Sister Lar J, ever supportive po ni Sister Eliza. And ganun din po si Kuya Ding Dong Amandi from Canada. Thank you so much. Ka Leonisa Panghilinan from Metro Manila East, nanonood sa atin mula po sa Barangka Mandaluyong. Ganun din po si Kuya Levi Amper po. Thank you for tuning in. And also Sister Elaine Valencia from Washington District. Thank you so much. And Brother Mario Oca from Brixtonville District of Caloocan North. Thank you. Okay, eto na. Kung nag-enjoy tayo sa kwento with Brother Vince, nakilala po natin siya, isa po sa host ng Washington DC Satellite Studio. Okay, let's turn our camera on Sister Lar J Evangelista. Sister Lar J. Okay, kindly introduce yourself aside from one of the hosts of WDC. What else
Hello
we
po.
want
I
to
am
know
Sister
about
Lara
you?
J. Evangelista. I am, alongside being an anchor for Washington, D.C. INCRadio, I'm also an assistant producer, and I joined the family early this year. And ever since then, I've been learning how to do radio, and it's been honestly so fun. I've fallen in love with this program so many times, and I also am a choir member in the Children's Worship Service overseer in the locale, as well as a district and local Kadiwa officer. So I definitely love being involved in the CFO, but also music and performing arts has always been a hobby of mine. So in some of these pictures you can see we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the local congregation of Temple Hills, and this was one of my most favorite activities that I've ever been a part of, because I love performing, and I love performing especially with my childhood friends, and taking the stage with them, taking final bows with them. There's got to be no better feeling than sharing the stage with the people you love and singing our favorite INCMB songs.
All right, very talented, very gorgeous and beautiful, and also very talented host of WDC. Sister Lar J. And what do you feel po every time you perform and very historical or milestone anniversaries or celebration of the church po, especially in your district?
Oh, whenever I get the chance to perform, I'm always so excited. I love to be able to perform our beautiful church songs, especially because they're so tailored to, what the brethren are going through right now. They're so inspiring and uplifting. And I love being able to use music as a way to inspire the brethren in this part of the world during our activities.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, no. So aside from Brother Vince is an accountant, and Sister Lar J is a marketing expert, no. And also host of our satellite studio, and also church officers. How do you manage your time, Sister Lar J? Can you give us some tips on how you manage your time properly?
Honestly, po, I just use my calendar. I make sure I calendar block everything. Everything I have to do has its own appointment in my calendar, and I just see what time I have left and see how I can delegate it to the other responsibilities I have to take care of.
Mhm.
And I
And
just ask for God's help in everything I do.
that's good. And what is your motivation in doing all those things, especially your church officers and your responsibilities as children of your family po? And what motivates you to do that?
What motivated me to do that? I really fell in love with doing work in the Christian family organizations, and especially learning how to run and organize activities, because I really love to see how much fun the brethren have when they take part in those activities. And I love the connections and the bonds that I get to form with my fellow officers and with the brethren in the Kadiwa and Binhi organizations who participate in those activities and walk away from it feeling strengthened, edified, and inspired.
How about you, Sister Carla? Do you have any questions for
Yeah.
Sister Larjay?
Yes po, Kaching. Sister Lara J, I'm just curious, since you're very good at performing music and dance, I wonder why you took marketing and communication specialist.
Honestly, right after high school, I had applied for a position in a federal contracting firm here in Washington D.C. And from there, we just discovered that a lot of the things that I knew how to do, a lot of the skills that I had learned from my duties in the Christian family organizations were very applicable to, marketing and communications. For example, graphic design and running social media accounts. Those were things I had experience with as responsibilities in the Christian family organization. So it just became something that I ended up doing for work. So it's almost like I do the same things at church as I do at work.
Mm. What is how about your duty inside on INCRadio Satellite Studio? What is the importance of performing your tasks here, and what's the benefit of it?
I think that the benefit of our INCRadio satellite studio is really just being a place where the brethren in the District of Washington, D.C. can come and connect every single week and learn about the other brethren in the district. It really, whenever we have guests who join us on our satellite studio, we get to learn more about them. And then maybe when we meet them in person, we have a conversation starter like, "Oh, brother, I saw you on INCRadio on Saturday. Great job. I learned so much from you." And then we can make more friends and strengthen the brotherhood even more so in that way.
All right. And the same feeling, sabi po ng mga INCRadio hosts natin, not only here in the Philippines, but also in different parts of the world, that they enjoy so much their performance and their duty here on INCRadio. It boasts their self-confidence and also make them more mature enough in order to perform their duties. And well, it's time for us to see and hear one of the performances of Sister Larjay on what is the event of this? What event is this, Sister Larjay?
So this event actually took place at the In Cinema Awards in 2023.
2023. That's last year, right? Opo.
Yes.
And it is not the official INCMB, but it is captured by one of your friends or your family there in your district. And wala na natin patagalin pa, Sister Carla. Excited ka na ba?
Yes po.
Kung kanina napapa 10 out of 10 ka with Brother Vince. Now we're going to hear and watch one of the performance of Sister Larjay from the INCMB cover song entitled I Have You.
When troubles surround me and all seems lost, and the problems I face are seemingly insurmountable, I bow my head and pray full of hope, 'cause I have the Almighty who will save me from trouble. People fear for today, worry about tomorrow, but I won't despair. I know you get rid of my sorrow. This road may feel helpless with the stress and spreading illness, but with your help, my Father, I have you inspire me to wait patiently and hope for the grace you reserve for me. I'll endure, come what may. In my duty I will stay, 'cause I have you. In whatever situation, I'll keep on serving, strong and steadfast in faith, training in holy living. As long as I'm inside the Church of Christ, I'm certain the things I do in service are never in vain. I will hold on to the hope you've given me. Never hesitate to tell people about it, 'cause your words of truth are a light in the dark. I'll share my faith and show them the right path. I will never stop serving you, my God, even when I'm down. You call me with your love. I am strong and brave. I will never be afraid, 'cause I have you. Inspire me to wait patiently and hope for the grace you reserve for me. I'll endure the morning. In my duty I'll stay, 'cause I have you. I am to reach a holy city. The people who live there will always be happy. No longer think about all troubles we've had before. I long for that day I will cry no more. So I'll be waiting patiently, hoping for the grace you reserve for me. In this life and the life to come, I'll be strong, I'll be brave, whatever may be. So I'll be waiting patiently, hoping for the grace you reserve for me. In this life and the life to come, I'll be strong, whatever may be. I will never stop serving you, my God, even when I'm down. You call me with your love. I am strong and brave. I will never be afraid, 'cause I have you. Inspire me to wait patiently and hope for the grace you reserve for me. I'll endure, come what may. In the Church of Christ I'll stay. All your promises are true. I know I'll make it through, 'cause I have you.
Alright, thank you, Sister Lara J. What can you say, Ate Carla, sa performance po ni Ate Lara J?
Para may mga sinasabi po yung tech.
May sinasabi dito sa ating
Meron po.
technical on board.
Opo, may iba po silang score.
Kung si Brother Vince ay 10 out of 10 siya,
Opo.
ay
11 out of 10 daw.
alright, congratulations, Sister Lara J. What can you say about that performance po of yours po last 2023?
Well, thank you so much, Paul. And honestly, that performance was one of my most favorite performances ever. I think the first time I ever heard the song "I Have You," I immediately thought, it's my dream to perform this
Wow.
with one of my best friends.
Oh.
And the sister who performed with me, Sister Alex Larkin, and she is one of my best friends. And I knew from the moment, the very first time I heard this song, that I wanted to perform it with her. And we were, given the chance to at the Cinema Awards. We had so much fun, and I think I think it might be both of our favorite performances, Paul.
Diba? Dream come true yan, no? You perform with your best friend. It's a very memorable and unforgettable moments of your life. Congratulations to you, Sister Lodge, and your best friend. More performance to come, especially on the milestone anniversaries of your district. Alright, thank you so much sa mga guests natin. Talagang we enjoy na ma-know better natin sila, Ate Carla. And talagang very talented ang mga host po ng INCRadio Satellite Studio, hindi lamang dito sa Pilipinas, pati na po dyan sa US and Canada and all over the world. Okay, Talking about your satellite studio, what are the significant and major segment of your satellite studio, Brother Vince and Sister Large?
So I would say the most significant highlights that we have is definitely our CFO in action and our stoppable highlights. Those are one of our main things, and it is something that the brethren love to watch, especially just recapping everything that they've experienced within the activities that we have here. It is even our tagline to have unstoppable activities in the District of Washington D.C. Don't you agree, Sister RJ?
Yes, 100%. And honestly, even the INC radio team, we look forward to seeing our CFO in action and our unstoppable highlights because it reminds us of how much fun we had at our activities and at our special gatherings and all of the activities that, even exist outside of the Christian family organizations.
One particular activity that we just had to talk about, it couldn't be placed inside a regular CFO in action video, was actually the Unity Games Championships recap, in which we actually had the opportunity to interview some of the players as well, with Sister Large as the host, actually.
And we have some video clips of that CFO action and unstoppable highlights, Brother Vince and Sister Large. And can we see that, Brother Nico Guerrero?
DC Mid-Atlantic, the Brethren celebrated the 110th anniversary by conducting an INC Giving neighborhood appreciation activity for the community. The Brethren prepared food, free healthcare checks, free face painting, live band entertainment, and more. As we continue to stay united with the brethren around the world, the brethren of the District of Washington, D.C. Mid-Atlantic continue to reach out to the community and help those in need.
CFO in action, Brother Vince. And what is the reaction of the members and also the non-members of the church every time you conduct and you also cover such kind of activities inside the church?
Oh, they are so excited to see, especially their faces. It's almost like they're featured on the show themselves instead of just the panelists as well. So we would always see every time with a live chat that they would tell their experiences in terms of the activity. For that activity specifically, a lot of the booklet brethren with children really enjoyed the face painting. There's so many photos that were taken of all of the children and also some of the Kadiwa as well, taken of them having their face painted. You actually could see some of that in the video as well. What was your experience, Sister Large?
Honestly, Paul, I think that it's so fun to watch the recaps, and I think that it really inspires the brethren, especially if they were able to attend. It inspires them to want to attend the next activities like that, and especially bring their friends and their loved ones and their guests so that all of the non-members as well can enjoy the activities that we have within the Church of Christ.
And also, one aside from that Christian family organizations activities, you also captured the recap of your Unity games, and we have video file about this. And let's watch this.
With you guys being able to play, both of you seem like you've spent your whole lives playing basketball, and both of you, and I'm not sure, I know Brother J-Phil, you have another brother, right? Does he also play basketball?
Yes, Paul, he does. He actually played in the CWS for the Unity Games, Paul.
That's really cool. So he got to play with the other children in the Children's Worship Service organization during the Unity Games. Well, that's awesome. So it's a family sport, right? You guys all play together. What's it like to have so many shared experiences and, bonding opportunities with basketball as a sport, as a family?
We're all very close, Paul. Basketball brings us all together. We can create more memories out of it. And we do a lot of fun stuff because of basketball, Paul. So
Yes, it's pretty fun. My wife will prepare everything, like the food and all that stuff. She actually gets stressed out. Okay, it's Unity games, it's AAU games. What do I prepare for my boys to for lunch? Those things. but then it gets chaotic at times because we have to prepare our clothes. So those kind of little situation makes a family stick together, And we always pray. That's the first thing we do is to pray and keep us safe at all times.
Yeah, that's really amazing. I'm so happy that your family gets to bond through basketball. And then, you spend your whole life practicing together and honing those skills and becoming stronger athletes as a family. Then you get to bring it into activities like the Unity Games.
Yes, and it's pretty special. I've been training JFL since he was 3. It gets tough at times, but he's a very good listener, and he listens well. So those training that he did or doing now, he can apply it to the real game, and I'm really proud of that.
Okay, and one of the episode of yours, Sister Lara J, at what do you feel every time you watch again your episode hosting and performing duties on the satellite studio?
Honestly, po, that Unity Games recap was one of the first episodes that I produced
Ooh.
as an assistant producer. Yes, so I was still learning the process of how to produce an episode of INCRadio, and I was blessed with the opportunity to be able to coordinate the guests who joined us and the Luna family, also from the local congregation of Temple Hills. Because of this episode, I was able to build the foundation of a relationship with them, and now they're more than just a friendly face that I see every time I'm at the temple. Now they always smile, they always hug me, and I always miss them, and they're actually tuning in this morning. So greetings to the Luna family, and thank you so much for joining us when you did. And thank you so much for joining us as well today.
Yeah. How about you, brother Vince? How do you prepare for your hosting, and how do you prepare also for your producing episode of your satellite studio?
So it's kind of the same process. And in fact, when it came to producing shows, I had a way of producing it. But when I came to Washington, D.C., the way that they produce shows is incredible. The way that they produce shows I had to relearn actually a lot of the things that I did as a producer. So from the start of finding a guest to creating the rundown, and then figuring out what questions can we ask the guest that curates what they've experienced, especially when it comes to topics like this where we're recapping an activity. We love to do these, especially because the brethren are way more involved in it, and they want to express all of their experiences on air. And so to be able to be a part of that, to share the guest story or what they love talking about, it's something that is very touching and what we want for the guests to feel is that they feel like they're talking to us and not being interviewed. And so what we would like to do before we even have the show is have a rehearsal with them, just to get to know them a little bit more, and to really, help them curate their answers, but also be able to bond with them, so that when the show comes, it'll be much easier for them to speak, and it won't be as if they're on a show. It'll be as if they're having a conversation with an old friend.
For Sister Lara J, what aspect of working at the satellite studio do you like best, or what are you looking forward to?
I think I look forward to the most is hosting. I really love to have these conversations with the brethren. It's so much fun. It really is the highlight of my weekend every single weekend. And I love being able to see all of the other brethren who join us in the live chat as well, and read their shout outs and see how much fun they have watching INCRadio Washington, D.C.
Also, Brother Vince, what effect do you have to your show? And what effect do you hope for your show will have on viewers each time they tune in? What do you hope for your listeners each time they tune in?
what we hope for, especially when they tune in, is to feel how much these activities that we have in the District of Washington, D.C. really inspired the brethren here in the District of Washington, D.C. And we hope that it'll inspire them to continue to be a part of these activities as well. There's so many activities that are going on, and that is opportunity to be able to share your experiences, especially on air, to talk about all of these activities. And if they continue to tune into those and to see those experiences, they will also want to experience that as well. And that's what we want for all of the brethren who are watching our show, INCRadio Washington DC, to see when and to feel when they watch our show. Don't you agree, Sister RJ?
100%, and not just the brethren in the District of Washington D.C., but also our friends and loved ones who maybe they moved out of Washington D.C. and they miss it. So it's kind of like a reminder of home, makes them feel like home every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Also, just a lot of our brethren, they invite their loved ones as well who are not yet in the church to view our programs, and it also inspires them to want to attend our activities and stay unstoppable.
What are we going to expect? And also our viewers and listeners around the world for the Washington DC Mid-Atlantic Satellite Studio. What are we going to expect on the future, Bob?
Our upcoming feature is actually going to be on fall fashion. So we're going to be discussing and seeing, I think we have a few fashion icons within the District of Washington, D.C. So Brother Vince is actually going to be producing that show, I believe, this Saturday. And it's going to be so much fun. And we're going to talk about fall fashion highlights for, I believe, men's fashion.
And syempre, it's time for you to promote, Brother Vince, your satellite studio. What is the schedule of your satellite studio?
On Saturday, July 7, brethren across the District of Washington, D.C. joined together for a special gathering for all officers. The brethren received a special lesson prepared by the church administration, relaying the importance of an officer's reliance on our Almighty God throughout every performance of our duties. This special gathering, once again, filled the hearts of the officers in the District of Washington, D.C. with inspiration, firm hope, and love for the duties we received from God.
On Sunday, July 7, finance officers throughout the District of Washington, D.C. gathered in Temple Hills for a district-wide special gathering for the finance officers and head deacons. Included in the special gathering was a blessed oath-taking of new finance officers, which also served as a reminder of our promises to uphold the duties granted to us by our Almighty God. The brethren were once again strengthened and inspired by the teachings of our Almighty God in preparation for the upcoming 110th anniversary of the Church of Christ.
Satellite Studio. All right, that's one of the unstoppable highlights. Sister Large and Brother Vince, thank you so much. Could you please promote your Satellite Studio to our viewers and listeners right now?
Of course. For our viewers and listeners out there, don't forget to tune in to INCRadio Washington, D.C. Satellite Studio at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, which I believe is 9 p.m. Philippine time as well. So go ahead and tune in and talk with us about fall fashion tomorrow. We have a special guest, that is Brother Justin Gonzalez, who will talk to us a little bit about how to curate a wardrobe and to curate a specific wardrobe to help you combat the cold, especially now that it's getting colder.
Thank you so much, Brother Vince and Sister Large. Kindly promote, invite them to watch your satellite studio.
Yes, but we cannot wait to see all of our new friends from Satellite Studio on review this Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on INCRadio Washington, D.C. We can't wait to chat with you in our live chat and send your greetings for a chance to be featured in our episode.
Thank you so much, Sister Large and Brother Vince Podcast of INCRadio Washington, D.C. Mid-Atlantic for joining us here in our program. I hope you enjoy the show and also our viewers and listeners on the live chat. And also would like to say thank you to Sister Carla Mayswito for joining us here. Thank you so much, Ate Carla.
Thank you rin po, Kaching.
At sana po maulit muli ang ganitong
Yes
pagkakataon.
Lagi po tayong gagawa ng time para maging available.
Laging gagawa ng time. Pag gusto may paraan. Thank you so much and thank you. You met Brother Vince and Sister Larjay from Washington, D.C. At syempre ba yung mga gusto kang papasalamatan?
Yes po, binabati ko na lang din po yung parents ko po dyan po sa lokal po ng Santolan, Jasmine Balagosa Suico, tsaka Carlito Carnos Suico. Pati na rin po ang buong taga-lokal po ng Santolan, distrito po ng Metro Manila East. Hello po.
Yan, thank you so much. Palapahan po natin. Thank you so much our technical on board, Brother Danny Borjus, Dan Borjus, and Kuya Nico Guerrero, ang ating director po dito sa studio, Kuya Bryson Ponsones, at ang producer po nating napakabait, napakaganda, napakasibag, Kuya Ate Jella Arce. Thank you so much! Salamat po sa pag-tune niyo po sa ating program at mamaya po 8 to 9, susunod na po ang programang nagagabay ang kabataan. At tuloy-tuloy po yung ating kwentuhan. Salamat po sa inyong pagsama sa amin dito sa Satellite Studio on Review. Ako po ang kapatid na Cheng Dilawa. At next Saturday ulit, dito lamang po sa Satellite Studio on Review. Happy weekend! Bye-bye! Thank you, Ate Carla. Thank you. Salamat. Thank you. Bye-bye. Brother Vince and Sister Laura J, thank you.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you so much.
Kumpletuhin natin ang ating weekend ng masaya kasama ang buong pamilya. Balikan natin ang mga makabuluhang talakayan at kwentuhan ng mga INCRadio Satellite Studio dito sa Pilipinas at sa abroad. Satellite Studio on Review. Mga segment na tumatak sa isip ng mga viewers and listeners. Nagbigay inspirasyon at bagong kaalaman. Satellite Studio on Review. Subaybayan tuwing Sabado, 7 to 8 ng umaga, Philippine Standard Time. Satellite Studio on Review. Dito sa INC Radio.
Before and after I eat, I wash my hands. Here is